Hello everybody, welcome back to another episode of Final Fantasy XIV. In this part, as you can see, I am a level 61 Dragoon. So we're going to be going through the levels 50 through 80 job quests for Dragoon. So, since I'm level 60, we can now do the levels 50 through 60 quests. So, Alberic, my good man, it's been ages since I last talked to you, so what's going on? Anything new? Cecila, you have not succumbed to his influence. The fear be praised. Word had reached me of Astidian's fate, and I could not help but fear for you. I am relieved to see that my fears were unfounded. Now, forgive me of this abrupt change in subject, but we have urgent need of your lance. Some days ago, a horde of dragons began wreaking bloody havoc within Asgardian territory. An elite regiment of dragoons has been dispatched to deal with this threat. Alas, though they fight bravely, they are sorely outnumbered and are struggling to gain the upper hand. Indeed, but moments before you arrived, we received a request for reinforcements from a unit engaged in battle north and west of Whitebrimm. Fellow Dragoon and I will go to their aid, and we shall be grateful for your presence. Pray go on ahead. We shall follow you anon. Oh boy. I just got here and there's already trouble. Alright, let's go see what's going on. Must be towards over there, on the other side. Why is there a thing there? What is that? Oh, that must be a... Is this Dark Knight? It is Dark Knight, okay. Because Dark Knight doesn't have an actual teacher per se anymore. Uh-oh. I'll fight you! You're alright. One of these days I'll get one of your lances. One of these days. I will hunt for the relic for Dragoon. That's definite, because I really love the Dragoon's relic. I owe you my life. The bat beast would have torn me from limb. Our lances are not needed, 'twould seem, such as the might of the Azure Dragoon. You have not pledged allegiance to Ishgard, yet you came to our aid nonetheless. For that we are grateful. Their deaths thus avenged, our comrades may go to their rest in peace. My lady, I shall tend to the fallen. 'Tis an honor to see you again, my friend. Though it appears I am not remembered. I suspect the armor is to blame. I really don't remember. Permit me to introduce myself anew. I am Histinian. Oh my god. I'm just gonna call you Hugh. Of the Order of the Knights Dragoon. I had the pleasure of assisting you in your training. I seriously don't remember you. As we approached, Sir Alberic and I bore witness to the final moments of the battle. Though I could not help but notice that, though you have been instructed in our ways, there was something distinct about the manner in which you fought. I believe I know the reason why. As an adventurer, you have done battle with foes of the realm over. Though these many encounters, your techniques have evolved to produce a style that sets you apart from we who fight dragons exclusively. Such insights you must possess. If I may speak frankly, I wish to train under you. Will you accept me as your pupil? You see, a fearsome dragon has been terrorizing Korthos of late. Growly is his name, and I have been charged with leading a mission to slay it. Though I have stepped up to lead in the order in the interim, I am not confident of my chances against the creature, such as its ferocity and cunning. If I am to triumph over Grawly, I must needs grow stronger, and I believe I can, under your tutelage. What say you? Will you consent to training me? As we teach, so too do we learn. This I know from experience. I wholeheartedly urge you to accept Hugh as your pupil. You need not give me an answer at this moment. Think on it and let Sir Albrecht know your decision. Till next we meet. Well, you helped me become a Dragoon, so why not? I can help you out. I can give you my answer right now, but you walked away. Well, you better if I just go back to Dragonhead and go south from there. Oh boy. Have you made your decision then? Will you agree to teach Hugh? I am grateful. I swear I will not disappoint you. With your guidance, I shall put an end to Grawly's reign of terror. Now, I should like to do nothing more than begin my training at once, but duty calls. For the time being, I shall endeavor to emulate the deadly lancework I witnessed you employing earlier. Can I have one of your spears too, so I don't have to go through the whole quest? Because I had to actually get the spear first before I can actually start the other grind. He was among our very best in the recent generations. If you were to train one of her caliber, you yourself must rise to new heights of mastery. Resume your own training and return hither when you are satisfied with your progress. Alright. Greetings, Cecil. You look very much a teacher today. That is well, for Hugh is eager for her first lesson. Now, though you agreed to accept her as your pupil, I suspect you are not without reservation. You worry whether you'll be equal to the task. Well, worry not. I have every confidence that you'll make a fine mentor. Were I to offer you advice, however, it would be to have patience. Though Hugh is a master of her art, as well as she has ever known. As such, it may prove a challenge for her to adapt, and like all of us, she is not without pride, and there will be times when tact is required. I must also mention that Hugh is zealous to a fault. I worry that she will overexert herself in her pursuit of strength, but I am keeping you from your lesson. You left word that she will be in the Western Highlands, testing her lance against dragon spawn. Seek her out near the pike. Alright. So many dragoons! Where am I going? Up there? Oh, look at her go! There are too many. Look out! I'm not afraid. You're right. I owe you debt gratitude. Our lessons have not even begun, and you have seen me on my knees. I've been trying to match what lancework of yours I'd seen, but without success. That was how the dragons managed to overwhelm me. Had I but fallen back on my tired, trusted techniques, I would have made short work of their ilk. But what would I have learned then? Nay, what I know is no longer enough. The war exacts a heavy toll on us all, but none more so than we dragoons. If we are to survive, we must grow stronger. I must grow stronger. Cecila, I will demonstrate. Will you demonstrate your techniques to me? I will study your movements up close. Sure. I suppose you have the right of it. There is no substitute for live foes. Come with me then. There is a suitable place west of the Black Iron Bridge. Alright. Let's show you what I can do. Gotta look for some lively folk. Alright, what do you think? The techniques you employ differ from mine, yet you overcome the enemy with such ease. What is it that separates us so? What is it that you're doing that I am not? Did I hear you rightly? You see no difference between our lance work, but in the course of considering this, you conceived a new technique? I did! We're gonna leave it like that? We're gonna leave it right that, huh? Alright. What a way to end a quest. Oh, there's more. A way to draw out your comrade's strength. Such an approach would never occur to me. And small wonder, perhaps, for we Dragoons are taught to be relentless in offense. In order to bring down dragons, we strive to jump higher and strike harder. But in my single-minded pursuit of what I believe to be perfection, 'twould seem I end up fighting only with my lance. So focused was I upon delivering that next blow, I rendered myself blind to other possibilities. You open my eyes, Cecila. If I am to transcend my limits, it is plain I must cast aside my preconceptions. But the hour grows late. I must needs return to the congregation. Would you care to accompany me? It may interest you to see how your fellow Dragoons live. Alright. I can do that. Welcome to the home of the Dragoons. I had in mind to show you the premises, but my father has paid me with some visit. This is my father, Montergains. Father, allow me to present you to my mentor, the Azure Dragoon, Cecil. It is an honor and pleasure to both make your acquaintance. I hope you will forgive me for inconveniencing your plans, but what is the father to do? Dedicated to her duties as she is, my daughter scarcely comes home, and so I must go to her. Father, please, we have spoken about this. I but strive to be a Dragoon worthy of the name, as you yourself were. All that I do to honor you. My child, you would honor me best by taking care of yourself. Well, I shan't overstay my welcome. Seeing you hale and hearty is enough. Till next time. He is so kind to me, even though I shared not his blood. Like so many others, I was orphaned by the war. I would have died long ago, cold and alone, had he not found me and taken me in. All that I have, I owe to him. 'Twas for no other reason than to honor my father that I followed in his footsteps and became a Dragoon. And if I'm to live up to his legacy, if I am to protect Ishgard as he once did, I must needs grow stronger. And I will, under your sage guidance. Look forward to our lessons to come. I split my mind. Sir Albrecht wished to word with you. Pray seek him out at the observatorium at your earliest convenience. Perhaps after you have had a wander inside the congregation. Alright. Oh boy. Let's see what Albrecht wants. Thanks for coming, Cecilla. 'Tis no urgent matter. I was but wondering about Hugh's progress. Tell me, how fares her training? So many dragoons. So you met her father. In his day, Montergain was a dragoon of no small renown. He served Ishgard with valor until he took a grievous wound and was forced to hang up his lance. As Hugh herself told you, she follows in her father's footsteps. From the first, she exhibited tremendous potential. In all ways, she was Estinian's equal, and the rivalry they shared raised both of them higher. Alas, the eye chose Estinian and not her. Since then, she has taken to training with a fervor which borders on self-punishment. It is well to strive for greater heights, but a dragoon must never lose sight of his conviction. It is the only thing that shields us from the dragoon's wiles. So I beg you, keep watch over Hugh. By your shining example, see to it that she never forgets what it means to be a dragoon. Alright. Thank the Fury here, but moments ago we received word that Gorali's horrors had advanced around Ishgard. Even as you speak, Hugh prepares to go and meet them in the field. Alas, with most of the dragoons absent on another mission, I fear she sorely wants for lances. I would have you lend her yours, Cecilla. Pray make case to the congregation and join her. Alright. Why don't you help out? I know you're retired, but still. You can still wield a lance, right? Cecily, you've come to aid us. This improves our chances tenfold. Allow me to thank you as well, Mistress Cecilla. I am but a worried father, and it gives me heart to know that the Azure Dragoon shall fight beside my daughter. Though my training is far from over, the situation will brook no delay. We must head off Grawl and his horde before they reach the populated area. It shall be my honor to fight shoulder to shoulder with you. The experience alone will teach me much. Of that I have little doubt. Promise you will be careful, Hugh. Take no unnecessary risks. Do you understand me? Remember, the dead cannot serve their nation, and what Ishgard needs are above all are brave souls like you to protect her. Worry not, father. I swear I will return to you. See that you do, my child. Now, before you go, there is something I wish you to have. The Lance Peregrine is yours now. Why, this lance was bestowed upon your forebear by the Archbishop himself. I am no true child of yours, yet you would entrust me with the family treasure. I will not betray your faith in me, father. With his lance I shall strike down Grolin and protect Ishgard. Hugh, it's time. It's been a while, my friend. I had the honor of overseeing your training when you were but a fledgling dragoon, but I now shall be honored to fight beside you. Oh yeah, it's you. Comrades, at last, Grolin and his horde had gained the western highlands. We shall lie in wait for them at the pike. With me. Mr. Cecil, may I have a moment? Each time I see my daughter off on a mission, we dance the self-same dance. I tell her to be careful, and she promises to do so, but I know her all too well. Hugh burns to distinguish herself in battle, and yet that she might repay me and my lady wife perceived debt. I fear that one day that desire will cloud her judgment and she'll not come home. And so I beg you, pray watch over her, my daughter. Alright, I can do that. That is fine with me. Oops. Oopsies. Why did I come here? I don't want to come here. I'm on Falcon's Nest. I'm going the wrong way. Yeah, let's go out to the middle of nowhere. Uh-oh. They're falling! Dragoons, no! Cecila! Already we suffered heavy losses, and that was what the first wave. They come. Brace yourself. Oh boy. That's not good. 3 dragoons already dead. Bruce Munt's injured. Fresh guard! Alright. Stay sharp, that was but a taste. Alone, grant me strength. Strike down the runners first. Oops. You're right up there. Something big is coming. Uh-oh. Beware, because we're not Grawley's champions. I ain't afraid. Dead. Be gone, dragon. You right, Bruce? That was the last of them. Yet Grawley's nowhere to be seen. Were the reports mistaken? Such a price we have paid, only for a quarry to elude us. Uh-oh. So you finally show yourself. Huh. Just crazy. Oh, and there she goes. Right. Riding the dragon off to sunset. What is she? Hugh, no! And she's gone. Great. Wonderful. And she was never seen again. By the Fury, this is a disaster. I don't know what to say this, but Hugh, strong as she is, she could not have survived that. Here, I discovered this in the aftermath. It is a fragment of her armor. It must have broken off during the battle. Pray save to her father's hands. Knowing him, he'll be at the congregation when his daughters return. Oh boy. Let me deliver the news, huh? Oh, this can't be good. The hell are you? Mislaid plans? Wait, what? Master Cecil, what's happened? Where's my daughter? You see... The scrap. A piece of her armor? Well, why are you gonna bring it to me? No. No! I refuse to believe that he was gone. It's too early to know for certain. Tell me everything that happens. Everything! Well, she jumped on the back of a dragon. So she leapt upon the dragon, piercing its hide, after which the creature carried her westward. If none saw her fall, it means she may manage to safely dismount. There is hope still. If he was out there, I shall not rest until I find her. Cecil, I trust I can rely on upon your aid. Let us speak further at the observatorium. Slight plans? I gotta go see that one quest. What is that? I don't remember seeing that quest. Let me take a trip down here real quick and see what this is. What is this? Or is that just a normal? No, because it comes with the. Oh wait, never mind. That's what it is. That's the. Relic tools. That's what it is. For the crafters, and I think gatherers too. Without further ado, let us consider a course of action. As Montague dares to hope, if he was not shaken up Growly's back, there's a chance that she yet lives. She'll have ridden the dragon until such time as she saw an opportunity to dismount. The question is where. The first possible outcome is that she was taken deep into the dragon-ruled lands, far away from her allies. While I pray that this is not so, we must be prepared for anything. He was one of our very best, and Iskra can ill afford to lose her. For the nation's sake, and then of her father, let us find her and bring her home. I'll track Growly's movements in order to ascertain Hugh's location. Like as not, the search will take us into the heart of enemy territory. Pray keep your lands arm honed, for we shall have soon need of it. Alright, Blood the Dragon! It seems your training proceeds apace, Cecil. Well, that I could say the same of my search for Hugh. With the heretic activity on the rise of late, our forces are stretched thin. The Temple Knights have not the men to spare for the search effort. But be that as it may, we are not without leads. A short while ago, a peculiar report arrived from the front lines. In a recent skirmish between our knights, one of the enemy was wielding a lance bearing a striking resemblance to Peregrine. The lance is a treasure belonging to Hugh's family. If the reports are true, these heretics now have it. However, the villains came to possess Peregrine. It is more than likely that they know something of Hugh's fate. If we can find them, we may yet find her. West of Camp Riversmeet, in the Western Highlands, a regiment of knights hunts the self-same band of heretics we seek. I would have you join them, Cecilla, as our best hope for a clue. Alright. Let's go find them. Oh, taking in the sights as I fly by this mountain. Alright, I'm gone past the cave. I've gone past there. Whoops. Not paying attention to where I'm flying. Sir Albrecht sent word that you would come. The heretics retreated through yonder pass, the man with the lance peregrine among them. Our forces are gathering chase even as we speak. Giving chase. Needless to say, we would be grateful for the Azure Dragoon's aid. Alright, let's see what we can find out. Oh, it's you! You alright, lass? Her armor's all but gone. I found myself thinking often of late, Tesla. When I leapt upon growling and pierced its hide, the creature responded by soaring and attempting to shake me off. 'Twas all I could do to hold on to the shaft of my lance. High as we had climbed, I could not safely dismount, and so I bided my time, waiting for the right moment to jump clear of my unwilling mount. Alas, the beast had other ideas. It bore me straight into the heretic's midst, and I was swiftly overwhelmed and divested of my weapon. What? It was the sighting of a peregrine that led you here? It would seem my forefathers are watch over me. Hear me, Cecil. The man who took my lance is the leader of this band of heretics. I overheard the guards say that he was departed to meet the leader of yet another group, and in all likelihood they are plotting a large-scale assault on the Holy See. The Temple Knights must be warned. We must bear word to the congregation that we might bolster our defenses. What about you? No, I cannot return with you. There is a task I must needs attend to. Should someone ask for whence this information came, or tell them that you wrung it out of a heretic, and tell them that I fell in battle. I know full well I asked much of you, and it pains me to see my father, but I have no other choice. Whatever you might think of my request, believe me when I say that I remain firm in my purpose. Uh-oh. 'Tis nothing. I but took a glancing blow to the chest. I must go now, as must you. When you return to the congregation, deliver my message to Sir Handeloop. Please take care of my comrades and my father. Sure. Alright, well... Guess we have to, don't we? Is Hugh slain? I cannot believe it. To lose one of our best while Grawly's shadow looms over us still. But we must deal with each threat as it comes. First, we prepare for the heretics. I thank you for alerting us to their plan. Now, though I am to place this burden upon you, Montagues must needs be informed of his daughter's passing. He has gone to Sir Albrecht at the observatorium. Pray bear the news to him. Great! Leave me to bear the bad news. God damn! Mr. Stessa, have you learned all of Madara's whereabouts? Well, you see. What? Slain? No, it cannot be. I'm sorry, my friend. He was one of Ishgard's finest dragoons. She would not have fallen to common heretics. This must be some kind of mistake. Yes, a terrible mistake. I mean, you know what? I can't lie to him. What? Hugh chose not to return? I know not what compelled her to act as she did, but it is enough for me that she still lives still. Thank you for giving me this hope, at least. To those who do not know her, it may well appear as though Hugh has deserted. But I believe I speak for us all when I say that she would not forsake her vows, let alone her people. Indeed you do, Sir Albrecht. However inexplicable my daughter's actions may seem, I will not cease to believe in her. No matter what it takes, I will find her and bring her home. Montagues puts on a brave front, but I fear the weight of worry may prove too much for him to bear. Yet another reason to find Hugh with all haste. Now, it seems plain that she means to go after Grawly and to recover the Peregrine. And while these objectives alone do not explain her decision to leave, they will reveal to us where she is like to be. I shall track down the leader of the heretics, the man who is Peregrine. You, meanwhile, must continue dedicating yourself to your lance work. The trials of recent days have made you stronger, but I sense that the greatest tests are yet to come. See to it that you are fully ready to face them. Alright. You come at a good time, my friend. I have tidings to share regarding the heretics we pursue. They call themselves the Blood Bearers, and their leader is a man named Mathanane. He and his minions are all capable of assuming the form of dragons. Such a transformation is possible by partaking of dragon blood. I dare say you have borne witness to it, and it grants the individual unholy strength. Though the sanguine substance is precious, the blood bearers have access to an abundant supply owing to their pact with Grawly. That is why they have been able to offer our forces to such fierce resistance. Now, my sources tell me that the blood bearers have been sighted in the Chocobo Forest. If Hugh means to reclaim the Peregrine, as I believe, that is where she will go, and so must we. Pray meet me at Tailfeather. We shall begin making inquiries around the settlement. Alright. Hello, buddy. Oh, you changed your armor. I took the liberty of speaking with some of the locals before we arrived. They say that strange merchants have been acquiring goods in prodigious quantities. Seems to me the blood bearers are replenishing their stores. Let's split up and scour the area for these so-called merchants. Should someone strike you as suspicious, confront him and gauge his reaction. Alright. Let's take a look. In the stalls? No. Aha! I see you, hiding over there in the corner. Hey you! You're looking very shady. One of the seized dogs? You ain't taking me alive. You just gave yourself away, buddy. Alright. I got what I needed. The one suspicious fellow I approached was an honest chocobo breeder. How fared your search? I got this. Attacked by a false merchant. You say you found the sliver of parchment upon the man. Bears a message ciphered in a manner favored by heretics. Thankfully, I am versed in it. There is a meeting to be a short way south of here. Let's go there at once. Alright, this seems suspicious. This doesn't seem suspicious at all. Oh, she's got the lance back. Good for her. Cecila, why are you here? Why is Sir Albrecht here? Rest assured, your secret is safe with us. Your father is the only other soul that knows. Cecila could not bear to see him suffer so. What ails you? I'm fine, it'll pass. Now I suspect it was Mathanine that led you here. As you can see, he and his bloodbearers shall trouble the Holy See no more. Even in self-imposed exile, you'd think of duty. But now that you've reclaimed Peregrine, there is no need for further deception. Come with us back to Ishgard. Your family and your comrades may have need of you. I'm sorry, but I cannot. I cannot return to Ishgard ever again. Why? What has happened to you? You, I know, would never forsake her people. She would never turn her back on her nation. Please understand. I wish with all my heart to return home, but I have no choice. I have partaken of dragon blood. When the heretics held me captive, they forced the vile substance down my throat. Hell alone have mercy. Then you... I have already turned. Where I set foot in Ishgard, I will be charged with heresy of the worst order. If I alone must suffer, then so be it. But you know as well as I how the Inquisition works. Should I be declared a heretic, suspicion is likely to fall upon my parents as well. I will not allow that to happen. Full well to understand your plight, but what do you intend to do? You cannot mean to throw your life away. Perish the thought. I owe my life to my father. If I must die, it shall not be in vain. Oh. As Cecil has shown us, a dragoon needs no banners to do what is right, and I know full well what I must do. Upon my lands, I swear to hunt down Grawley and end his reign of terror. Thank you, Cecila, for showing me the path I must walk, for helping me to accept my fate. I asked this once of you before, but I shall ask it again. Please take care of my comrades, and my father. Uh-oh. No matter how I searched, I could not find words to stop her. For now, let's return to the observatorium. I mean, what could you do? Alright. Oh. I've been sitting in this chair for hours and it's really starting to hurt my back. And one more quest. Just one more. As I made my way back, I recalled words he once said to me. My worth is measured by the dragons I slay. To be changed into the very thing she has sworn to fight. I can only imagine the storm of turmoil that must rage within her. Yet cruel though her fate is, she must make the best of the hand we have been dealt, and I believe I spy an opportunity. In partaking of dragon blood, he has come to harbor the power of dragons. If she can but master this power, she may well have a fighting chance against Grawley. It is not so different for harnessing the power of the eye, I believe. Alas, the danger of corruption is far greater. As you yourself will witness, the dragon blood alters the flesh, and once the flesh is altered, the mind must soon follow. Will Hugh be able to conquer the dragon that is roused within her? I know not, but we must believe in her and lend her our strength, else she will be surely lost to us. I pray resume your training once more, Cecil, and keep your purpose ever close to your heart, for when we next meet, we will confront the dragon Grawley. Alright. Cecil, the hour of reckoning is in hand. Grawley's on the move once more. According to our astrologians, the creature shall soon pass near the dreaming dragon in the Western Highlands. You too will be aware of this, and she will seek to confront her nemesis. We must go to her aid. Now, it would not do if she were to be seen by her comrades at this juncture. As such, I will assure the congregation that you have the situation in hand. By the same token, however, this means we will see no support from the Dragoons. We fight this battle alone. But without further ado, let us be on our way. Pray see to your preparations and meet me at the convictory. Oh boy. I spoke with the people here. A woman fitting Hugh's description has been sighted nearby. She was headed north. They say a lance in her hand with a trail of dead heretics in her wake. Remnants of the Bloodbearers would seem. Sir Albrecht has told me all. It matters not what my daughter has become. I am resolved to bring her home. I beg of you, please help her through the coming trial. Let us split up. The quicker to find Hugh. Lord Montergains shall come with me. Mr. Cecil? Oh boy. Oh, those dead bodies. Fierce battle took here recently. Alright. Gotta go north! Northbound! More carnage. Gotta go to the west now. Aha! So you've come. Behold then, the malign force of my torment, Grawly. It gives me heart to know that the Azure Dragoon stands with me against my nemesis. The craving grows stronger by the day. I shall not succumb to it. Nay, I shall now be no dragon's thrall. I failed in my duty before. I shan't again. Today I shall claim Grawly's head. Come and meet your doom, dragon. He takes wing. Keep your eyes above. Your time is at an end. Oh, come on. Let's have him. Let's press our advantage. I got jump blocks. That doesn't matter. Alas, my duty is fulfilled. You alright? I did it. I resisted the dragon within and fulfilled my duty. I could not have done it without you, Cecil. Verily, you are a paragon towards this which I aspire. If I am to be like you, I must learn to harness greater power without being consumed by it. With this battle won, I have a new purpose. I shall conquer the lure of dragon blood and purge every last drop of it from the land. You! Take the fear, you're safe. Father? Why are you here? I've come to bring you home. Your mother and I cannot bear to lose you again. Would that I could return, Father, but I cannot. I have partaken dragon blood and turned. In the eyes of the Inquisition, I am no better than a heretic. I cannot allow you to be associated with me. You needn't worry. This shall remain a secret between the four of us. No, the risk is too great. Even now, 'tis all I can do to suppress my thirst for dragon blood. Since the day I've said my vows, I strove to become the Azure Dragoon. Failing that, I strove to be as near it as I could. Finally, I have the power I longed for, but it renders me an enemy to mine own kind. Cursed dragons. How many of ours have you claimed with your foul blood? Hear me, Hugh. Not once have you yielded to fate, you mustn't yield to it now. The road ahead will be fraught with hardships, this I do not doubt, but I have faith that you will overcome them all and return to us. Thank you, Father. Your faith in me lends me strength. However long it takes, I shall conquer the lure of dragon blood and to stand before you once more. Till that day, I shall roam the land and smite our foes with their own power. This I swear with my forefather's lance. And there she goes. Nice. Sweet. Alright, that is the level 50 through 60 quests for Dragoon. So once I am level 70, we will be back for the 60 through 70 quests. Alright, we are level 70, so Alberic, my man, my good man. What's been going on? Any news you have to share with me? Friends through eternity. Oh boy. Cecil, word of Estinian's disappearance from the infirmary has reached mine ears. Whilst part of me is quite capable of sympathizing with the desire to abandon the Holy See, I do wish he had said something ere his departure. But then I suppose it's only to be expected. With Nidhogg slain, the Horde's ranks have fallen into disarray, and they are not the threat they once were. Ishgard has scant need of an Azure Dragoon. Suffice it to say, one would imagine the role of the Dragoon shall similarly be forced to change as we enter this new era of relative peace. However, whilst he may have saved Estinian from the Great Worm, my mind is yet plagued by Hugh's internal strife. May Haloni lend her the strength needed to shake free from the Dragon Blood's fierce grip. You're looking quite well, Sir Alberic, and Mistress Cecilla. 'Tis a pleasure to see you too. Lord Montaignes, Cecil and I were just speaking of your daughter. That daughter of mine is in fact why I sought you out. I was recently handed a letter by a merchant that had passed through the Chocobo Forest. If his word is to be believed, he was entrusted with this message by Hugh herself. The letter was a call for help. Mistress Cecil, she bade you search for her. By the Fury, has she been set upon by heretics once more? Alas, there was no more information in her message. Oh, and not a day goes by that I do not pray for her safe return. Cecil, I must ask that you take up your lance once more and aid your fellow Dragoon. Are you willing? Sure. Thank you, Mistress Cecilla. Hugh awaits you in the Dravanian Forelands. Please help her with whatever she requests. Alright. Let's go see what the lass wants. The Forelands? I can do that. I don't know where in the Forelands, so I'll just go to Tailfeather to start. Where am I going? I'm going up there. She is in that one corner over there, I believe, for that one little tower is. Is it a tower? No. Yeah, it's a tower. Well, not really a tower. A structure, I should say. Alright, let's see what she wants. You still have the same beat-up armor. Cecilla! So the letter reached my father. I'm sorry for having you to journey so far just to meet me. As you well know, I cannot return to Ishgard in my current condition. That said, the Blood's hold on me is not as firm as it once was. This is largely thanks to a new ally of mine. His help has been invaluable in learning to control the dragon within. In fact, I have in mind to introduce him to you. Ornkai, Cecil has arrived. Oh, the dragon. It is an honor to meet you, hero men. Much have I heard of you from my father. He would often talk with a warrior that boasts the strength of a dragon. Ornkai has been a great friend ever since he first came across me suffering from the Blood's effects. I very much doubt I would be capable of standing here exchanging words with you were it not for his help. I called you here in order to repay my debt to him. Ornkai, tell Cecil what troubles you. Yes, thank you. Long before I came into this world in the age that when man and dragon were at peace, my father had a consort. But the Dragon Song War tore them asunder. Father belonged to Race Velger's brood, as do I, but his consort was of Nidhogg's. When Nidhogg demanded vengeance for the wrongs committed against him and Ratatoskr, my father asked his consort to fly far to the east. She bore no ill will towards man, and she wanted nothing more than to stay by my father's side. She accepted his request and fled the conflict. However, your valiant actions have since put an end to the Dragon Song War. I am positive Father's consort will return if we inform her of the war's conclusion. Ornkai requests your aid in search for this father's consort. Bring her home. However, as she has left Dravania some 1,000 summers past, locating her shall be far from an easy task. Under normal circumstances, I would help Ornkai myself, but while I am somewhat recovered, I am yet far from being in complete control. This is why I summoned you, Cecilla. Your knowledge of the realm is unparalleled. I beg of you, aid Ornkai in his search. Alright. You have my sincerest thanks, Cecilla. Thank you, Cecilla. I owe you a debt of gratitude once more. Regrettably, whilst we know she is somewhere to the east, we are entirely ignorant as to the consort's precise whereabouts. I would suggest you first try asking Sir Albrecht about Dravanian legends, specifically those concerning dragons in the east. Pray report back to him once you have learned something you deem pertinent. Alright. Dragons to the east, huh? The only dragon in the east I know about is that one, what's his name? The crossover event with Monster Hunter. Glad to see you safely returned. Were you able to locate Hugh? I have. I see. She is correct to surmise that formidable dragons are oft made the subject of local legend. I shall discuss this with the congregation priest. I have known him to be quite an authority on Dravanian legends. Although to think that a dragoon once gripped by the sole desire to slay dragons should now wish to help one. 'Tis a queer new world indeed that we inhabit, although not one I dislike. But that matters not. I shall seek out the priest at once and raise your query with him. Pray return anon and I shall impart my findings onto you. Alright. Cecilla, just the woman I wish to see. You finished examining the Dravanian legends known to us but a short while ago. However, the priest bade me clear to you that these legends are oft told in increasingly colorful ways as the years go on. Quite common it is for a mere scalekin or puck to, with the keeper's help, transform into a fearsome dragon. I suppose it should come as little surprise. Legends gain fame by capturing the imagination of the masses. It would not do for an unadorned winged lizard to be the protagonist. But let us put the issue of authenticity to one side for a moment. I have summarized the first tale which seemed most relevant on this piece of parchment. Pray put it to use in your search. Oh, and lastly, tell Hugh that she is ever in my thoughts. Alright. Oh boy. Back to over there. Let's see what we can learn from this parchment, shall we? Would that parchment happen to be from mine eyes? Yes. Yes, I would never forget Sir Albrecht's exquisite handwriting. This information shall be of great use, I'm sure. Let us see. It seems he thinks we ought to commence our search with the slumbering worm of Giribania. This is my first time seeing these patterns that men use. Fascinating indeed that you can share information in such a manner. Dravanian history is chronicled not with letters but through song. These verses have taught me much about Fonum, my father's consort. Fonum, you say? Well, knowing her name can only aid this search. Cecil, pray accompany Ornkai to the ruins of the Fist of Rolgar Temple in the Fringes. Sir Albrecht states that this is where the origins of the slumbering worm lie. The journey ahead is long, but it will benefit us not to delay our departure any longer. Whistle for me when you have reached our destination. I shall come to your side. Alright. How many times am I gonna have to go to that stupid temple? Jeez! The temple was an obvious focal point for Monk. We went back there for frickin' Bard, and now we're going back there for Dragoon. Alright. Where you at, Ornkai? It would seem man is capable of using lots of styles when creating buildings. I've been expecting something similar to those found in the Churning Mists. Let's venture inside and see if Fonum cannot be found. I mean, that'd be too easy, right? Cecila! What, you found him? Found her already? No. Your help, if you please. Oh boy. Alright. I'm not afraid of no guardian. My Chocobro out. Well, that was a good workout. I had been admiring the craftsmanship of man when it suddenly moved towards me, though I struggle to believe this is what the legends refer to as the slumbering worm. Oh, hello, look who it is! Speaking of monks! Ah, dear Cecila, I did not know you too were researching the slumbering worm. Wait, you know of the slumbering worm? You have journeyed here for the very purpose of meeting that dragon. Haha, you Dravanians could do with studying up on your history. The time when one would meet the worm has long since passed. The High Priest Heimart, also known as the Slumbering Worm, departed this world over 300 years ago. The Slumbering Worm was a mere man? But of course, why would you think otherwise? Heimart was a monk renowned for his mastery of meditation. Though when necessary, he was quite capable of harnessing his worm-like strength to trounce his foes. He earned the Slumbering Worm alias after blah blah blah, 100 men, blah blah blah. However, blah blah blah, fell asleep, blah blah blah. Just got rattles on even when I'm not a monk. Well, it seems we must begin our search anew. I worry I too have become a slumbering worm when I should have listened to this tiring man any longer. Let us pay a visit to Sir Albrecht instead. Even he who holds in such high regard could surely aid our hunt. Yeah. Thanks to the life lesson guy, but I gotta leave. Huh. He's disappointed that we left. Sorry, guy, but I'm not a monk anymore. I don't need to listen to your lessons. Alright. Alright. Good day, Cecil. Our friend here has informed me as to the truth behind the legends. My apologies for not looking deeper into the story before bringing it to your attention. Your destination lies in the Far East. Tell me, Cecil, have you set foot in the region before? Yes. A port city called Kugane? Sounds positively fascinating. I imagine it would be the fine place to begin looking into this next legend. Regrettably, I should not think Onkai will be able to accompany you on this journey. But how do you expect to find Faunum without a dragon in tow? Your reply is well understood, Onkai. It is truly a shame your wings do not match your ambition. Though, mayhap I have not fully considered all options available to us. We do owe you a debt of gratitude for all you have done for Hugh. Allow me some time, and I shall see to it that you're able to follow Cecil to the Far East. Yo, my thanks, Sir Albrecht. Oh, I wish I could set off this very moment. Perhaps a spot of hunting mate would be enough to calm me down. Pray call me when preparations are complete. At the very least, we now know that Hugh won't have wanted for company since leaving Ishgard. Sadly, I may struggle to secure passage to the east in quite such as timely a manner as you would like. Pray keep your lance arm home. There is no knowing just what you shall face in Othard. I mean, I already know what I'm going to face in Othard. I've already been there and conquered the place. Cecil, it pleases me to tell you that I have at last discovered a means to have our young friend safely transported to Kugane. I have reached an agreement with the owner of an establishment in the area. I believe his name was Bokusen Hot Springs. Converse with him at once. Once you have arrived in Kugane, he shall tell you Ornkai's whereabouts. I took the liberty of making the little one aware of a few local legends. Hopefully they shall aid you in your search for Faunum. Alright. Kugane it is! Alright. The inn? Yes. Come on, burns, cuts, embarrassing rashes. There's not that the mystical wars that the Bokusen Hot Springs cannot heal. Oh, your name is Cecil Rai. Why, a package just arrived for you. I shall fetch it right this instant. Anyone, release me from this icy prison. What was that blasted Dragoon thinking? It's all well and good for him to tell me to just simply sleep through the journey. He is not one that's stuffed in a crate of ice crystals. And the boat, oh how it rocked. Admittedly, he is right in thinking dragons are capable of entering a long sleep-like state, but we're not bears. We do not require freezing cold temperatures to achieve this. My fangs are like icicles. That said, I must admit I enjoyed my best sleeping for many a year. At any rate, now we are both here, we can resume the search for Faunum. Before I was unceremoniously stuffed into that crate, Sir Albrecht told me the legend of Siriu, a dragon regarded as a... Oh, that's right, I forgot about Siriu. A dragon regarded as a guardian of the Far East. Though something tells me he will not have much luck with his tale either. The story has existed for several thousand years. Faunum only came to these lands a mere millennium ago. Sir Albrecht agreed that the story most worth our attention was that of the serpent of the root Ubi Sea. This came into being much more recently. I suggest you visit Isari and try asking the residents if they know anything that might be of help. Whistle for me once you feel you have found something I should know. Is this guy not gonna comment that dragon came out of a crate? No? Okay. Sorry, is that in the Mai? No. Duh, it's Ruby C. Oh, that's right, it's that one little town over there. Hello, sir. What is that now? Am I familiar with the serpent of the Ruby Sea? You'll struggle to find someone here who is not. Not a day of my childhood passed without my grandmother telling me that fairy tale. These days, hearing the opening line of it alone just puts me to sleep in an instant. All children that dare swim out in the deep blue sea are sure to become the sea serpent's tea. Oh my, you know, feel asleep there. I imagine that is all anyone of my age will be able to tell you. Try asking the elderly woman over there if you want to know more. I mean, I can probably sympathize with him. Boring tales put me to sleep. You want to have me tell you the fairy tale of the serpent of the Ruby Sea? Oh dear child, that is no mere fairy tale. Head on over to the choral banquet if you do not believe me. You shall find a horror beyond your wildest nightmares. Its nose misses nothing, especially not the blood of men. There is many a tale of wounded pirates falling overboard and being swallowed alive before they could plant a hand on the ship they fell from. Where am I going? Oh, I gotta whistle for the dragon. Does it seem like the serpent could be fawning him? I don't know. While it is true we dragons do hunt by following our prey scent, I have not known our kind to swallow men whole. The idea strikes me as awfully barbaric. While I doubt this will lead us to fauna, my curiosity has been piqued and I cannot simply leave this mystery unsolved. It's also a brilliant excuse for me to engage in a bit of hunting. We cannot hope to draw out the beast without bait after all. Head to the choral banquet and I shall join you shortly. Where the hell is the choral banquet at? Oh, it's way over there. It's way on the other side. Oh boy. Alright, so what am I looking for around here? Alright, Ornkai, you've spotted a serpent. Father never mentioned you were this slow. This slow, Cecilla. I would have already hunted the beast that would doubtless stir up the serpent, and I still arrived here long before you. Excuse me. I shall go ahead and hurl the bloody meat into the sea. Pray deal with any hungry creatures that are drawn to us. I'm assuming that's it right there. Thanks for this buddy helping me out. Well, I did not know about you, but that was somewhat bigger than I was expecting. We may have failed to find fauna, but in her place we have gained a delicious supper. Now we have the serpent's meat. Let's head back to Balkanstein Hot Springs. The last one back has to prepare dinner. I mean, what are you gonna do? I mean, how are you gonna prepare dinner? You're a dragon. It seems... No, Cecil, it's good to see you returned at last. I must confess, I was able to resist the meat's seductive call, and before I knew it, I had devoured the vast majority of our spoils. Pray, please do help yourself to whatever is left. I've stored the scrap leftovers in the crate I was sent in here in. Pay no attention to anything that may resemble the teeth marks. Those are indentations created by the ice. Sure. Oh, anyone could see through that lie. I'm sorry, Cecil. I do hope my greed has not upset you too much. Why didn't you leave me any good morsels? Shame on you. Calm yourself, Cecil. Many would count themselves lucky to even have the chance to nibble on the meat of such a majestic beast. Regardless, meat is far from our primary concern at the moment. I am beginning to wonder if the day we find fauna will ever come. But I must not allow myself to lose heart so easily. There are still plenty of legends out for us to look into. Hope is far from lost. Pray continue to grant me your support, Cecil. Alright. Hello there, Cecil. I must say I couldn't get used to life here in the Far East. Unlike those in Ishgard and Hingans, I harbor no ill wills towards us Dravanians. You should really hear some of the things Karaku says. He keeps remarking that he wants me to stay here for eternity when he introduces me to new people. It seems he believes quite strongly that dragons bring good luck. But what's that expression I see on your face? Too bad I can't see the expression. Could it be jealousy? Oh, Cecil, do not worry yourself. You shall be just as popular here one day. More importantly, one of the few new friends I have made through Karaku mentioned that he knew something that might prove relevant to our search. I was just about to go meet him now. Why don't you accompany me? Seems this guy's found a new life here. I'm sensing he wants to move here. I mean, I would too. It's a nice place. Better than Dravania, that's for sure. You're not thought I was pariah. Well, you're not thought I was pariah anymore, but it's not a hostile environment. All right, so who are we meeting here? Give me a moment, I shall call him now. It is I, Ornkai. Who is it? Oh no, not a Namazu. Oh no, it's Kyoto. Oh shit. Endless and most sincere apologies to you and yours for the wait. Yes, yes. What? Cecilla? Do not worry, no more betrayals. Sworn on all the common recreation I have. Yes, yes. After what you did to me, I highly doubt it. Cecil, you have already made Gyoto's acquaintance, unfortunately. Come to hear about dragon legends, yes, yes. There's a place that comes to mind, the Azim Steppe. You can get there by following the one river, home to all Namazu. Go way upstream and you'll reach the steppe. Yes, yes. It is here that a monstrous dragon as dark as the night sky is said to slumber. Dark as the night sky, you say? No more information do I have. Go to the marketplace in the XIV Steppe, known as Reunion. You may find the answers you seek there. That could be the one, Cecilla. The Horde was home to many dark-scaled dragon after all. Let us hurry to Reunion. Alright. I'll trust this information for the time being. This guy's betrayed me once before, though, so I'm not all that sold on it. They're admiring the dragon. Well, as these energetic children have come to me, it feels only natural I would try to question them first. Perhaps your time would be best spent asking for some of the more mature Alra if they know anything about the dragon Gyoto mentioned. Alright. Hey guy, do you know anything about a dragon? Damn. Figured you want to talk. A black dragon in these parts? Sure, I know of it. The storytellers say the fiend awakens once every few decades and goes on a wild rampage. When it's had its fill of destruction, it returns to its lair in the northwestern mountains and slumbers. If any tribe were able to slay such a beast, it would bring them great honor. We Oranir have had our eyes on it for some time. Alright. What about you? You're looking for the dragon, are you? I did hear there's been a sighting recently. First one in 100 years, apparently. Not that I believe any of that nonsense. It would not surprise me if the whole story was dreamed up by some fool Oranir in his cups. Well... Cecilla, help! These children are not playing nice. I do not suppose you have fared any better. What are they doing to you? And it's said to live in the northwest? If the dragon has surely been sighted recently, our timing is perfect. I'm glad we did not come here this far only to find it in the midst of a deep slumber. Let's head for the mountains to the northwest. Now, children, do you not think it is time for you are making your way back to Mommy and Daddy? We grown-ups have business to attend to. Huh. Probably easy if I take the shortcut, go to the Dawn Throne. And then go from there. Be a little faster, right? Shortcuts! Oh, I still really like this area. This is probably one of my favorite areas in the whole game. It's very much like the Calm Lands from Final Fantasy X. Uh-oh. There's a thing. Oh shit, I skipped that dialogue. This seems as good as any to commence our search. Ready to get started? Sure. Let's see what we can find. Well then, let's see what we cannot. Wait, what does that smell? What's this? What happened to you? Are we about to learn that the locals refer to this war as a black dragon? Huh! Are you also on the hunt for this dragon? Hunts? Paris, I thought we have come to speak with it. Now I've heard everything. Speak, you say? You may be calm and willing to talk, but I assure you that black-scaled monster is not in the mood. It has thrashed 8 of our finest warriors. We're disgraced, but I must inform our Khan of the battle's outcome. Well, he certainly was not interested in staying here for any longer. Come along, Cecilla. I think we may have finally found him this time. Alright. Let's hope so. Otherwise, we're gonna have a tribe of warriors on our back. We might actually be found him this time. Let us hurry. Alright. Not quite sure where I'm going, but I'll figure it out. Oh, there you are. It's her, I'm sure of it. Fauna, why? Uh-oh. I'm not afraid of you. This guy is very much like that one dragon from whatever that dungeon is called. Fauna, I beg of you, listen to me. She's mad with fury. My voice does not reach her. This class will only end if one of you perishes. Let's retreat for now and rethink our approach. Well, we gave it a good effort. Unfortunately, it didn't work out. We have come so far and overcome so many obstacles, yet when we finally meet Fauna, we cannot even speak with her. My apologies, Cecil, but pray return to reunion without me. I need some time to take all this in. Perhaps a spot of hunting would clear my head. Or my mind. Alright. It's nice for once one of these jobs well, I guess White Mage took place in these areas too. No, because White Mage never left the first area of Castrum, Orion's. Never left the fringes. Yes, I'm somewhat calmer now. Cecila, thank you for asking. Shit. I skipped it. Something about the key. Once we know this, we can decide our next move. Pray give me some time. I will not allow our journey to end in failure. Alright, well, the time has come. Cecil, nice to see you again. Pray forgive me, I have not made any progress in ascertaining the reason for Fonum's rage. It is truly pathetic. I've been alive far longer than you, and yet I have nothing to show for it. Surely you do not think me younger than you. I may be small, but you should know that we Dravanians live for far longer than any man. Wait, we do live an awfully long time. Cecil, I think I may have got it. Dravanians live in it for eons. I have heard tales from Gullenbursts of dragons going to seclusion for centuries while carrying grief in their hearts. Ultimately, they are unable to bear the strain and break something fundamental within them. Many a year will need to pass before I come of age to choose a consort, but I believe they may help. They help in saving oneself from the abyss of isolation. This is why your kind elects to marry, is it not? We marry for love. We marry to save our race from extinction. I have no doubt why anyone marries. We marry for love. Love? That sounds fairly similar to our reason for choosing a consort. Regardless, I'm most certain that Fonum's rage was caused by the profound loneliness she has endured over these past millennium. Leaving Father's side after they spent so long together must have caused her an intense anguish. The question is, how do we heal her pain? I see you two survived your talk with the dragon. Was it as fruitful as a discussion as you had hoped for? Not that it matters much. A group of Kesteri merchants have pooled their resources and hired hunters said to be quite handy with a lance. I have my doubts he's capable of slaying the worm, but that doesn't mean I'm not going to watch him try. I wonder who the dragon slayer in question could be. I struggle to imagine there are any men with the skill to go toe-to-toe with a dragon like Fanum. However, if he is truly a threat, then we cannot risk him reaching her before us. And we not have a plan, but we have little choice. Come, Cecil, let's return to where we last saw Fanum. Alright. Back on the other side of the step. Alright. Wow. There's another thing here. Alright, dragon sound. Let's do it. Where is she? We must find her before that hunter does. It's good to see you again, Warrior of Light. Who's this? Oh, it's a Stinian! Hello, buddy. It's been ages. It would seem that we two Azure Dragoons share one target, though I suppose none of us still hold that mantle. Old habits do not die so easily. The Azure Dragoon of Ishgard? I know exactly as your diminutive friend, Cecila. A journey to the Far East in search of an ancient worm's consort? Quite a tale indeed. At the end of my own journey, I chose to continue my travels and eventually found myself in the Far East. It was here that word of the dragon you seek reached mine ears. It had been my intention to act as an intermediary between man and dragon, assuming the beast could be reasoned with. If not, I was prepared to brandish my lance. Regardless, I would wager that the young one here has the right of it. What is more, she is doubtless still suffering from the effects of Nidhogg's hateful dirge that served the horde. The dread worm's hold over his brood was absolute. His unquenchable thirst for vengeance spread through the horde, leaving none untouched. To think that one of them was able to resist his call to decimate Ishgard. It should come as no surprise that she would succumb to the madness. The worm spent a millennium in solitude resisting Nidhogg's demands for vengeance. I can think of but one way she may be saved. We weaken her enough that she is willing to listen to reason. Well, we have already tried that approach. It did not work last time, I very much doubt repeating it will change anything. I didn't even try anything. I shattered her wings. That was all I did. I barely even put a dent in her health. I do not advocate the same approach, little one. I would have you do more than simply talk to her. Now you shall use your roar. That is the only way you can hope to let her know that war is ended. That our consort awaits her in the skies above. My roar? You have the two dragoons at best in Nidhogg at your side. There is naught to fear. All you need to do is harness your roar to clear the haze that clouds the worm's eyes. I shall do my best. Should we fail again, I fear we may not be blessed with another chance. Please then, pray lend me your strength, Azure Dragoons. Let us depart. The frenzied dragon awaits us on Barnum's Meadow. The time is nigh to free her from the war's tragedy. Alright. I will draw her attention while you attack. Alright. And it comes with one of my favorite tracks in the game too. I love this track. Keep at it, Azure Dragoons. Can I put a blood of dragon on him? Oh, I can't. Oh, I can't. Damn. Thought I was trying to be sneaky. Do not falter, Warrior of Light. She is weakening. Fawn, please, you mean me no harm. Do not give up. We must get through to her. With Dawn, we're gonna lose a jump while going for another attack. Alright. Sessa, come my side and I shall heal you. Alright. Alright. The dragon is done. I can't say slain because we don't actually slay her. With me. It'll be 3. Now, little one, roar with all your being. Fawnum, hear me cry! Or hear my cry. Why? Why must we go to war? I have no ill will, no desire to fight. I have only silence. Most deafening silence. Uh-oh. It's no use, I cannot reach her. Do not be so quick to abandon hope, my son. Oh, it's Verdolfner. What are you doing here? I've come for thee, dearest Fawnum. Those wings of white. Long have they filled my dreams. Verdolfner, my love. Father. Well, how the hell did you know we were here? Noble Dragoons, Orin Kai, I give you my thanks. Were it not for your succor, I would have not been reunited with my beloved. Allow me to thank you as well. I had surely thought Verdolfner were lost to me. Mere words will scarce be enough to convey mine appreciation. Alright. When the conflict began 1,000 years past, Nidhogg demanded we exact vengeance upon man. However, I refused to allow his hatred to take root within me. I could not bring myself to forget the days when I soared the azure skies with a Verdolfner, knight on back. A dragon cannot simply shut her ears to her sire's call. to do so would cause her great torment. Thus I bid Faunum flee to the east. There she might live in peace until the final strains of the Dragonsong War should fade to an end. Duty bound to protect Zenith, I remained behind in Gervania, but ever did I regret not following my heart and my beloved. 'Twas after she left for the eastern lands that thou didst come into this world, my son. Now I finally see why I was given a name meaning one born of sadness. Alas, I fear I will never be your match, father. Faunum barely even noticed my roar. Belittle not your efforts, Ornkai. You should not have known to come here were it not for thy roar. It reached mine ears, strong and clear, as I soared the skies above. How did you even know we were here? First of all, it's quite coincidental that you're flying over the area that we're fighting in. Father. Well, I suppose that you're quite keen to talk with Faunum. It's been quite some time since you last met, after all. Let's make haste. I'm not used to seeing my father so enamored. Huh. I give both of you my sincerest thanks. I find myself especially indebted to you, Cecilla. Our adventures investigating these legends shall live long in my memory. Oh shit, I think I skipped that dialogue. And you, Azure Dragoon, your strength far exceeds the tales I have heard. Your words are appreciated, but the appellation is unnecessary. I have long since left that life behind. My past experiences with Nidhogg made me eager to see Faunum saved. When the Dreadworm took me in as his vessel, I felt his mad heart's palpitations as mine own. There was no end to the sadness and distress that floated from his soul. However, it was this ordeal that allowed me to harness the dragon within, while I was retaining my sense of self. Of course, and he needed a good knock. You ought to be capable of the same by now, Cecilla. It shall doubtless serve you well in the battles to come. If you're truly done with your old title, then I have a proposal for a new one, a Crimson Dragoon. Much more befitting now that the two of you fight alongside dragons, harnessing their strength as your own. I can see myself warming up to this new name. Best of luck to you, Ornkai. I expect you to be as strong as your father the next time our paths do cross. Warrior of Light, I look forward to the day when we are able to fight side by side once more. Keep well. Alright. You do you, buddy. You shall have nothing to worry about. I will become as capable as father so that I may someday roar the skies with a dragoon like you on my back. Thank you once again for everything, Cecilla. It's time for me to begin the journey home from father and Faunum, but know that I'll ever be in your debt. I sincerely hope this is not the last of our adventures. Alright. Nice! The blood stirs! Nastrond. Nice. Alright, and that is the end of the levels 60 through 70 Dragoon quests. So I will be back when we are level 80. Alright, we are level 80. And as you can see, I have started working on the Guy Bolg relic for the Dragoon. It's not at the stage where I want it yet. I'm trying to get it to Novus. That's the stage I want to get it to, because the glow of the weapon fits well with the glamour. So this is what we have at the moment. I'll work on this some other time, some off video as time goes on. So hopefully by the next time you see Dragoon, I'll have this at Novus. But we got a quest we gotta do. We gotta wrap up Dragoon once and for all, at least until the level cap gets bumped up. Gone but not forgiven. Uh-oh, it's Nidhogg. Oh boy. Cecil, it's been too long since last we spoke. What's going on? Your visits are far more frequent than those of another former student of mine, however. It would seem he still prefers to keep his own company. Huh, Justinian. The same could be said about Hugh, who has made quite the name for herself as a hunter in Gervania, according to Orankai. With fortunate timing, speak of the dragon, he shall appear. Look who it is. What's up, buddy? Greetings! Well, would I be correct in guessing you returned fresh from one of your adventures? Yes. I'm already doing this, huh? I traveled to a world beyond our own. I laid to rest the dreaded Andrea in the land as Novrant. Huh. Let's talk about the world itself. Because I already made a mention of Andrea. So, let's go with this. To think that such a place could truly exist, and that you fought such terrifying foes, to fall so far from grace, 'tis a tragic tale if ever I heard one. I mean, we did fall quite far from grace. I mean, we practically almost turned into a sin eater ourselves. One similar to that of Nidhogg. Aye, though nothing will ever compare to his malice. Even death could not quell his thirst for vengeance. At least Andrea was not nearly so consumed by hate. I doubt not that Rendare's soul is at peace. Oh, they're talking about Rendare. I thought they were talking about me. Well, point still stands. Peace. I wonder if Nidhogg ever found it. I fear his soul yet lingers, doomed to wander endlessly. As too cruel a fate, even for him. I share your sentiments, for as the Azure Dragoon, I once gazed into his heart as he gazed into mine. Such rage, such sorrow. I will not accept this, that none shall mark his passage more than I can bear. What say you, Cecila? Perhaps we could honor who he once was, if not what he became. I too. I think I like the first one's better. I too was an Azure Dragoon. Albert speaks true. Let's look at this one. And we are in agreement. Though I must admit that as part of Race Velger's brood, I have little knowledge of Nidhogg. A deeper insight is needed if I am to properly pay my respects. Fawn is of his brood. If anyone knows, it is her. Let's make haste for Zenith. Alright. Zenith ahoy! Yeah, the Guybog is the only relic I'll truly accept. Not relic. Only glamour weapon I'll truly accept for Dragoon. Lance the Demon is cool. I like the Lance the Demon, but the Guybog, yeah, nothing will ever surpass the Guybog for me. Guybog is so iconic, you know? Plus, it looks so freaking cool. I mean, look at the thing. Faunum has come. Hello, lass. Welcome, noble Dragoon. Orankai has explained all. Pray tell, what was Nidhogg to you? Relentless adversary, a wellspring of my strength. I mean, these are both good responses. A wellspring of my strength, relentless adversary. I mean, he wasn't so much our adversary as... A wellspring of my strength. and yet you were enemies, each sworn to slay the other. Two souls entwined by fate. Though you have faced Nidhogg's wrath and sensed his pain, you cannot know him as we dragons once did. We would fain hear his tale. Nidhogg was without equal, even among our kind. Destined was he to guard this world from the catastrophe that befell the Dragon Star in place of his sire. He valued strength above all else and considered the affairs of mortals beneath his notice. Only the 7 great worms were worthy of his attention, and among them none but Ratatoskr truly understood him. Her song was beautiful indeed, and she graced both dragon and man with her wisdom. She was invited by Thoradin, King of Men, to speak on our behalf. Ratatoskr expressed our desire to live in harmony. However, it was known that Nidhogg did not share these views. When the king asked her how her brother saw mankind, she did not hide the truth. She believed that such frail creatures were incapable of protecting the star, that the task must be entrusted to the great 7 worms alone. And that is why Thoradin slew her. Ratatoskr had no intention of sowing discord, but the king could not countenance that his kind would be treated with such contempt, and we dragons would seek to claim that this star is our own. He turned on Ratatoskr, taking not only her eyes, but her life. When Nidhogg discovered that King Thoradin had murdered his beloved, his fear was beyond reckoning. For all his strength, he could not master his own rage. It utterly consumed him. Dragons, men, we're all the same. Slaves to our emotions, subservient to our hearts. Yet there are those who would seek another path, as I once did. I turned my back on my father in his quest for vengeance. Valiant Dragoon, by your strength was the Dragon Song War ended, and by your compassion was a new alliance forged. Seth and I are living proof of that we can live side by side. We shall speak the message of peace to man and dragon alike, and when we are gone, our descendants will do the same. Well, tell them of Nidhogg, his strength, his weakness, his love, his hate. Tell them the truth. I will pass on his legacy. Orankai, you wish to commemorate Nidhogg's passing, yes? As my father once enjoyed the fragrance of mist lilies, perhaps they would make a suitable offering. What a splendid idea! Thank you, Vonham. I have often seen such flowers blooming in Old Han. Follow me. Alright. Time to go flower picking! Where am I going? I'm going way up there. Oh, there's the Moogle. That video should be coming out fairly soon, so if you remember right, that used to be that used to be an old ruin. Moogle Beast Tribe video should be coming out soonish. I just gotta go through I just gotta go through the last bit of reputation. So probably next couple of days. I want to say probably by next week that video should be out, along with the Vanu. Well, not next week, probably by the end of the week. Alright. I'm looking for flowers. On the search for Miss Lilies. Aha. There you go. So there were Miss Lilies here after all. They don't appear my memory served me correctly. I pity that the same cannot be said of my eyes. is of no matter. There is one thing that concerns me, however. In your funerary rites, the offering of flowers and such occurs at a grave or place of significance, I believe. But where should we choose for Nidhogg? Garabania. Yes, that could be considered his final resting place if that was where you fought the primal born of his eyes. Although I must say, Cecil, you seem rather adept at putting down dragons and primals that resemble dragons. It makes me glad that we're not enemies. To matters at hand, then. I shall go on ahead and meet you in Garabania. You can fly there? Apparently you can. Well, I guess it's not as far as Kugane, so... where am I going in Garabania? Where exactly in Garabania am I going? Oh, I'm going way over there. I mean, I guess that would make sense. His eyes were used to summon Shinryu. So I guess it makes sense. What a relief to find you at last. I would rather become lost, you see. Perhaps we had best hurry to the Royal Menagerie before I lose my way again. This is such a nice place. Nidhogg, we are come to honor your memory. Though now that we are here, I'm at a loss for words. Cecil, is there anything you wish to say? What is there to say? It's far. Your legacy will live on in the songs of your people. That sounds like a better response. From distant stars, a father bore 7 eggs. Great worms rose forth, powerful and wise. On blackened wings, one soared on high with a roar that set the world to tremble. Guarding their home in the father's stead, he was fearsome yet just. Man, wicked and vain, betrayed the worm his kin, slaying his beloved and plucking out his eyes. Thenceforth, he has lived only for vengeance, his wrath irrepressible. 1,000 years hence, 2 champions of mankind were granted great strength by the stolen eyes. Destined were they to face the worm, who had risen once more to wage war on his sworn enemy. At the end of the struggle, the wayward sun fell silent. These guardians and their comrades continue to watch over the star, their heroic deeds recounted by minstrels and storytellers far and wide. Even the ancient foe from which this father of dragons once fled could not withstand their might. That sounds like a good story and song. Cecil, I'm not blind to the sins Nidhogg committed. I mourn the loss of what he once was, what he may have become had he been dealt a kinder fate. Although this was but a small gesture, I'm sure that our thoughts have reached him. I have much to ponder on the return journey, and I expect that Albrecht will wish to hear what we have learned from Vonum. Perhaps you could visit him in Corthus? Alright. I can do that. Alright. Let's go wrap this up. Hello, sir. Were you able to pay your respects? I was. I got a good story out of it, too. I see. This is the first time I've heard such a detailed account of King Thornton's acts. A betrayal in the moment, but a betrayal nonetheless. A pity is far beyond the reach of justice. Though it may be hard to come to terms with the crimes of our forebears, we must accept the past for what it is. Of course, I shall be sharing this information with the rest of the Temple Knights. No doubt they will be keen to speak with other members of Nidhogg's brood to verify this version of events. In the meantime, there is still much to be done in building relations between man and dragon. We will aim to follow the example set by you and Ornkai, and work together for the good of all. May the Fury guide you both. Alright, Chippy! And that is the end of the levels 50 through 80 Dragoon quests. So, I hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you all in the next video. Later.